All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Let me just say this to wrap our morning up. We're getting ready to go to our sports show this morning, instant replay on Team FYN Sports Facebook page. And before we do, let me say this. The media is talking about whether, Vladimir Putin was told not to meddle in our elections, all right? If you do a search, all right, of Christian genocide, I mean, the slaughtering of Christians around the world, the attacks on Christianity around the world. I mean, if you do this search, look at it, all right? You will never see the media do stories like this. U.S. accuses China of using concentration camps against Muslim minorities. In a highly charged attack, the Pentagon says up to 3 million people could be imprisoned in detention centers, okay? The United States has accused China on Friday of imprisoning more than 1 million Muslims in concentration camps in some of Washington's strongest condemnation of Beijing's treatment of minorities. The comments by Randall Shever, who leads the Asian policy at the U.S. Defense Department, are likely to increase tension with Beijing, which is a sensitive international criticism and describes the sites as vocational education training centers amid a stemming the threat of Islamic extremism. Now, so they're asking, every single media group is out there asking if this human rights violation of China putting 3 million Muslims in a concentration camp, okay, is going to be part of the China trade agreement. Really? Okay? Now, I don't want to go down the road at 9:45 this morning on what China's doing where Muslims are concerned in concentration camps. But China's not putting up with anything. Absolutely not. They're not going to put up with terrorists. They're not going to put up with these Muslims coming in here and radicalizing their country. Not going to do it. We, on the other hand, here in America, we're going to put them in Congress. We're going to put the Trojan horse in Congress, in our government. But the point I really want to get to is this outcry for these Muslims in China. If the same outcry around the world for Christianity, let's just try the same for that. Not one word in the media, the Muslims in concentration camps in China, yes. Not one word about this from our President of the United States. Play the video.
And just today we finalized new protections of conscience rights for physicians, pharmacists, nurses, teachers, students, and faith-based charities. They've been wanting to do that for a long time, right, Mike? They've been wanting to do that for a long time. Happened today. Together we are building a culture that cherishes the dignity and worth of human life. Every child, born and unborn, is a sacred gift from God.
Every child, born and unborn, is a sacred gift from God. Nobody's talking about the National Day of Prayer. Nobody talks about what President Trump, they want to talk about what he said and did not say when talking to Vladimir Putin. They want to run headlines saying he failed at the North Korean summit. They want to run all this negative and bet against the President of the United States at all times. They want Mueller and Don McGahn to testify so they could get sound bites, right? You know, when it comes to Christianity, let me just say this, because we have to go to get ready for the 10 o'clock show. You know where Mayor Pete Buttigieg and his husband were Sunday morning, just yesterday? Mayor Pete Buttigieg and his husband attended former President Jimmy Carter's Sunday school class. Just saying. I'm your host, BKP. We're out. We're getting out just a little early. It's 9:49. Josh is setting up the sports show. We've got a special show coming up that we're going to talk about the Phantom Rebels making it to the Elite Eight. And then we'll be back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. All right, take us out of here, Josh.